Oh, another life that is. So it has certainly been a long while, and today we are going to be reading English and we are going to be looking at some words that we would use for back to school. So, it's that time of the year when we are getting settled in, as in back in class, back in school, and it is certainly a time when we can learn a lot of words that would associate with this time. So let's go ahead and let's dive into the words. As you can see, we have a word on the screen, and this is the first word that we are going to be taking a look at. Now, let's look at the word. So here we have the letter F making the sound. So we hear. Next, we have I and R together. Whenever I comes with R, as in an I, then R, we are going to be putting them together to make one sound. So the song that we are going to hear is er, er, er. And this song would be also for E and R would make this song too. So with U and R make this sound. So we have to be very careful when spelling words with this sound. Next we have S and T together. So here we are going to use them as a consonant blend. So we have S, T. If we put them together to make the blend, we are going to hear st, st, like step, step, step. So that's an example of a word that begins with st. Okay, so now we can say we have 3 songs in the word. We have 5 letters, but only 3 songs. Oh, nice. Let's go on now to call these parts together. So let's use our songs now. We begin here. St. Let's try to go a bit faster so that we can put the word together smoothly. F. Let's add the final song. First. 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 Okay. So this word is our first word. All right. We are going to change this word now. We are going to remove the F and we are going to put a different beginning. So this is a word that a lot of us are talking about currently with all the heat that we have going on. It's hot everywhere. We are using this word a lot, I can bet. So this word, it rhymes with first because we are only changing the beginning sound. So despite we see 2 letters at the beginning, it would not be 2 different songs. Instead, it would only be one song. So T and H can make a voice sound. That is where we can hear the sound and it can also make a voiceless sound. That's where we're going to hear. It's more like what should we call that? It's just gonna be like a swoosh with the wind for the song. So that's why it's called voiceless. So we really and truly would not be using our voice. It would be like a breath of air. All right. So T and H can make the sound D. All right. And it can also make the sound F. So we can hear D, D, D. And then we can also hear the sound like we just put our tongue between our teeth and we go breathe out some air. So those are the two songs. So this is a word that we're using all the time. And um, if you do not have your water bottles or you do not have anything to help you um, at school, then you would obviously be using this word. Okay? All right. So let's go. We have the rhyme. So we already know the rhyme. If we don't know it, let's go back to it. It's the same parts together. Those are what we're using. As we said that the word rhymes with first. So we have and we have st, which we already know. St, st. So now we have to tackle the first sound. So this first sound, we are actually going to be hearing the song. Okay? So let's see what are we going to hear and how are we going to deal with the first song. So let's see some comments coming in. If you're there, come, let's see some comments. We want to see some comments, or we want to hear you talking with us as we go through this together. Is anybody here? Can't see you or hear you. Nobody here? Okay. Well, we go along, so let's go. So T and H together, this is gonna have a voiceless sound. All right. So we're gonna hear. We're gonna put our tongue between our teeth, and we're gonna. And then, so we have, uh, th. Next, let's add our final song to it. St. So let's go back from the start. F, f, st, st, st. All right, let's try that again. Now putting the parts together. St, t, st, thirst, thirst, thirst. If we weren't thirsty, yeah. So I know a lot of us, we get thirsty very easily now that the weather is so hot. So let's do the word thirsty because we know what it means. You know, thirsty, it means when our throats are feeling dry, when we are in need of something to drink. Huh? When we are dehydrated. Yes, we can say that we are thirsty. All right. So, if we want the word thirsty, we're just going to add the Y at the end. Y at the end makes I or E sound. Hear, which one do you hear? Say the word thirsty, thirsty, and see which one you're going to hear. Thirsty, thirst, E. Which one do you hear? Is it I or is it E? Thirsty. Sure, we heard E. So the word is thirsty. So the Y at the end makes a sound like E. Thirsty. Hooray! Okay, so let's go ahead now and get some more words done. We are going to be doing a simple word. Sometimes our words, they are very simple, but it's not all time that we know how to call these words despite them being very simple. So we are going to do this simple one. This one we have D. That's the sound that D makes. Here we are going to put the A and Y together to make the A sound. So A and Y together says A, A, A. You know, like when you're calling someone and you don't know their name, sometimes some of us, we would not say hey, we will say A, A. That's the sound right there. D, A, D, A. Only two songs. Let's put them together. D, A, D, A. D, D. Which D is this one? Is it D like when we are talking about more than one person? So that should be like a group, more than one. Or is it like when we are talking about the daylight or the daytime? Which one? Yes, it is day as in today, as in daylight, daytime. So let's add a small word to it to make it into a bigger word and make it into a compound word. So compound words, that's when we have two or more words coming together to form one big word. Okay? And so the meaning of the word would change. So here we have this small word. And this is a word that you might be really familiar with, very familiar with. So we have T. The O at the end can say O or it can say U. In this one, we hear U. U. So T, U, T, U, two, two. Which two is this one? Is it two like when you have two things? So you can count one, two. Or is it two like when you say me too? Is it that one? Or is it two like when you say I am going to? So definitely this one is to, like when you say I am going to my friend's house. To. To. And can you remember what our small word is? What is our small word? What is this word? Let's put it in a flower. What is our flower word? Day. So let's go to d. A, today. So that's a compound word. We have two words making a bigger word. All right. Let's see another word for back to school this year. Let's see another word for back to school. Any other word? Do you have any suggestions for words? All right, so let's give you one. So when you're going back to school, you're going to be using, well, some of us, not everybody, but some of us will use a vehicle to get to school. What vehicle is that? Is that a car? Is that a bus? Is that a van? A lot of us, we like to ride a bus. So it would be like the school bus. So let's have this word b, s. Let's go ahead now and put it all together. 3 songs. B, b, and then s. Bus, bus, bus. Can you see a small word in the word bus? Bus. All right, here's a small word. Us. Us. Like when you have more than one person together, and this time you are also a part of the group. So when you are a part of the group, you would say us. 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 So b, us, bus. That's going to help you to remember the word. We are doing good so far. Let's keep going. What other word can we do for our back to school? So I am sure that we can do the word teacher. We can do the word teacher. So when you go back to school, you are going to have this person with you almost all of your day. So let's see. How are we going to break down this word? So we can look for the parts of the word. We can see this is a part right here. The C and the H can go together. We can see another part here, E and R together. How about another part right there, E and A together? So right here, we just break that word into 4 songs. 4 songs. Let's try to call the word now that we have broken it into 4 songs. T, E. E and A together can make a lot of different songs. Sometimes E can make the sound saying E. The A stays silent, as in this case. Or sometimes E can make the sound, making a short sound where it says E. and the A stays silent. Or it can make the sound E, and still you can hear the A making the sound A. Sometimes E can also make the sound E, and the A make the sound A. So it depends on the word that you're using. Also, another song for E and A is where A make the sound and the E stays silent. And then you would have cases where both of them can make the sound and they would make a long song. That's where they call their own name. So we'll hear E and we'll hear A. How cool that is, right? It is very cool. However, this is gonna have our brains working all the time to remember which ones would make which song. Yeah, so it's gonna be a bit tricky. So let's now put the parts together. T, E. Remember, the E is making the sound, calling its name, the A stays silent. So we hear T, E, T. And this T would be like the tea that we drink. So this right here, that's a word, as in tea that we drink, tea that we drink. So we drink our tea in a cup. Let's make a cup. Ooh, ha, yeah. So we have tea in a cup. That's our cup right there. Tea, C and H here is going to make the sound ch, ch, ch. You know, C and H can make different sounds. It can say sh, making the SH sound, or it can say k, making the k sound like the letter K. So that's another thing that you have to look out for all the time. C and H here makes the ch sound, ch, 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 like church, like ch, 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 like chips. Huh? All right, so let's see now. Here we have a word. And our bigger word, when we move on from t, E, from T, is ch. And let's try it again. Teach, 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 teach. So, yes, of course, at school, as you go back to school, you would have to listen as you're being taught. And while you're being taught, that would be someone would teach you, right? Good. So, teach, teach. Now let's add the ER together. So just a while ago, I told you that IR makes the sound. Can you repeat that sound that I told you? Because I told you IR, UR, and ER. All three would make that same sound. So if you can remember that sound that we did in thirst and first, then definitely you have the song right there. No need to worry. What's the song? Er, er, er. There we go. So we have teach. Let's add teacher, 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 er. All right. So we know that this song, it can be different depending on which English variation we're using. If we're using the English variation, as in the British English, we are going to hear teacher, teacher, teacher. Because in the English, we are going to use this sound as a schwa sound. So you're just going to hear a puff of air. Oh, teacher, teacher. However, if we are using the American English, then we are going to hear teacher, teacher. Huh. So it can be different depending on the variation of English you're using, and that's the same for a lot of different words. So it's just a matter of being, very aware of which one you're going to use so that you would sound like, very close to a native speaker. So our word is teacher. So we have T, as in the tea that we drink in our cups, and then we add teach, and then let's add teach, teacher, teacher. So in your class, you would have your teacher, and your teacher would be teaching. Teaching. So if we need the word teaching, let's see if we can remember what teach look like. So E and what sound for ch, C and H. Yeah. Now for ing, we're just simply going to add a, the short I sound, then g, ng. When we put it together, we're going to have ing, ing, ing. So ing together makes the sound ing, ing. Now let's have it all together. Teach, teach. So this is our root word right there. And ing, teaching, teaching. So from teacher, you have learned 3 different words. You have learned the word teach by itself. Well, no, 4 words. We have learned the word teach, as in this word, teach. That's the action. We have also learned teacher. So that's where we add ER. And here we would have a noun, as in a naming word. And then we have also the word teaching. And teaching, which is this long word, would also be an action. However, that would be a continuous action. And we have the small word tea. And tea is a naming word, as it is a name of something that we drink. How cool! So, if you can remember all 4 words, tap yourself now on the shoulder, because that is really, really good to remember all 4 words. Yeah, you are doing amazingly well if you can remember all those words. Look at that. Okay, so what other word can we do for a new school? Okay, we're gonna do yeah. So we have just about a minute left, and we're gonna do this word, which is gonna be our final word. Let's break the word down. Y makes the sound y, y. Okay. And at the beginning of words, most time you would find word being a consonant, which means it would make the sound y. And then EAR together would make one sound. And that sound would be air, air. And this air would be like the air on your body. Okay, that part of our body that we use to listen from. That's our air. Air. So anytime you see a with an R added, that's when you're going to say air, once the R is added. So let's put the two songs together. As you notice, we have only two songs. There are four letters, but only two songs. So let's go. I know that you guys can do this and do it very well. So the song for Y, and then EAR, air, y, air, y, air, y, air, year, year, year. And it's a new school year. We can't go wrong with that one because it's a new school year. So here we just had this word air, year, year. What is the small word that we just gathered from this word? The small word we gathered is air. And that's a part of our body, our air. So it is good that you are here to learn that small word, air. If we put the songs together again, then we are going to have air, y, air. Smoothly now, y, air, yeah. Good job. That was super cool. So thank you so much for reading with me today. And we were reading words that would associate with back to school. Remember to keep tuned to the channel. We'll be going live um, a few days in the week, and soon I'll be able to give you exact days when we'll go live reading together. But for now, just keep tuned so that you can keep up with the lives. You can learn some new words, you can learn their songs, and you can just improve on your reading on a whole. Because being able to read is actually something that all of us would want for ourselves. And so it is important to teach our children to be able to read and have them read like real readers or real reading stars, right? And that's so that they can read to learn because they're coming to that stage when they have to read to learn. Some of them may presently be in the stage where they are learning to read, right? So at that stage, they don't have to read to learn because their teacher would help them with words and all that they do not know. But what about when they get a bit older where they have to actually be able to read the content, immerse themselves in it in terms of processing it and being able to um, bring it back um, out in their own words and also keeping the right meaning for what they've learned and be able to actually put that um, on paper or into whatever system they're using to show that they've learned it. So that is important, and we're not ever going to make that look as though it's not important, right? Ha! So thank you so much for reading with me today, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Tune to the channel and continue to just practice reading. It will help you a lot. Until next time, let's say later now.